baby. The Oklahoma Sooners just landed Reggie Powers. Yeah, you heard me right. We got to talk about it. We got to break this commitment down, talk about what this means for the Oklahoma Sooners. But before we do that, guys, I need you to do something for me. Go ahead, jump down in the comments below. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are around Reggie Powers in this 2024 class for Oklahoma. We got Brent, Venables, Jay Valai, and the staff out there doing work. OU fans should be excited. We haven't seen defensive recruiting like this at Oklahoma in a long time. We got to go out there and support Coach V. But let's dive into it. Reggie Powers, man, what a name. Commits to the University of Oklahoma after taking a visit just recently against UCF. One thing I do notice up here, boy needs to charge his phone. He's only got 11%. But Reggie Powers plays safety from Centerville High School in Dayton, Ohio. 6'1", 200 pounds. This is not a guy that I expect to see at safety the entire time. This is a guy that he's built for cheetah. He looks like a cheetah. And that's probably where the staff is going to end up playing this guy. So you look at Reggie Powers, a top 275 four-star composite safety in the 247 rankings. As a junior, totaled 80 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 10 pass breakups, 4 forced fumbles, and 2 sacks. So you look at the athleticism of Reggie Powers just through his stats, and I say the dude's an elite safety, but the dude can get in the backfield when he's needed to, and he can get to the quarterback. This season alone, he's got 67 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble or 1 forced fumble, and 4 pass breakups. So Oklahoma's getting themselves a dude at this position. And this was, I'm not going to say it's a question, but Oklahoma only had 1 linebacker coming into this class. So you really were going to be looking at like Sammy Omasigo or Lewis Carter as your cheetahs. But now you got somebody else that can come in and compete for that as well. Somebody who might be a little bit more solidified for the position with Sammy Omasigo. So James Nesta, he ain't probably your only person that's going to play linebacker in this class. Now, the weird thing about Reggie Powers is he was originally committed to Michigan State, decommitted after everything that happened with Mel Tucker and him getting fired. You know what? Before we move on, let me pull up this Huddle Film for you guys so I can talk over the Huddle Film. That's what you guys are really here to see. All are really here to see Reggie Powers in his huddle. But Reggie Powers, so he decommitted from Michigan State, and I think there was some belief that this kid might end up at Ohio State, and I still think that's a possibility if Ohio State decides they want to make a late push at him in this class. Visited Ohio State 5 times. He's from Ohio. You would imagine a kid from Ohio, they want to go to the Buckeyes, right? The Ohio State University. Additionally, he'd been to Cincinnati 5 times. So there was some, I think, thoughts out there of, well, is Reggie Powers going to be interested in coming to the Midwest? Or is he going to want to stay a little bit up north and play closer to home? Because he had been there 5 times to each school. Additionally, he had been to Pitt 4 times. Now, I don't think he was going to go Pitt, but it's just something to know. And then he was only been to Oklahoma once. So Oklahoma, they're able to swing Reggie Powers over onto the good guys. Oklahoma gets themselves a really good one. And as you can see here in your film, Reggie Powers has good awareness of where the ball's at in these routes because he's either able to be there to take the receiver right down, or he's able to get in there, break the pass up, or get it as a pick. And dude can lay a hit too. See, we have Reggie Pearson this year playing that safety cheetah hybrid role, and I think that's exactly what you're going to see Reggie Powers in. Reggie Powers reminds me of just another Reggie Pearson in the way he hits and the way that he plays. So we got to talk about other recruiting news for Oklahoma. Right? We wouldn't be a recruiting video if we didn't talk about what's going on the recruiting trail. And Oklahoma, I made a previous video about it. Grant Bricks, it looked like he was going to end up going to the Nebraska game against Purdue. So we'll have to see how that visit went. And if that's the last one, right? Is that it? Or is he going to end up taking others? I don't know, right? What is it going to be if Oklahoma gets that guy? Well, it's probably one of your best players in this class, definitely your best offensive line player. So I'm liking where Oklahoma's sitting, but this recruitment ain't over, and this has been a roller coaster of recruitment with Grant Bricks. Additionally, with Eddie Pierre-Louis, he took a visit to UCF today, and after missing his visit last week, I think Oklahoma fans started to really question if this kid was going to be in this class because, usually you don't miss a visit somewhere if you don't plan on not coming there. So we'll have to see what's going to happen with Eddie Pierre. You're hearing a lot of conflicting information every which way around that. But other than that, you're not really waiting on anybody else other than just flips. I mean, and we talk about flips, Brian Wesco, and guys, I've told you, I don't think that recruitment's over. I'm not telling you, I would not be surprised to see Brian Wesco decommit in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Williams Nwaneri, obviously with Ryan Wingo not going to Missouri, you kind of wonder if Williams Nwaneri wants to be the lone wolf out there. Because I think there was this belief that Williams Nwaneri would commit there, Ryan Wingo would commit there. Maybe they could get Jeremiah McCullen or Jashawn Ross, and this Missouri team would have landed several top 150, 200 guys, and they would be showing out, right? Doesn't look like that's going to happen now. And then you got Dominic McKinley, Terry Bussey. Guys, I'm hearing the communication between Dominic McKinley and Texas A&M. It has not, or the Texas A&M, or Dominic McKinley in Oklahoma, it has not stopped. It's still there. Now, the question is, will Dominic McKinley actually flip from A&M? I think that's a matter of a coaching change. Does Elijah Robinson leave Texas A&M to go somewhere else, or does Jimbo Fisher get fired? Right? One of those two things happens. And then you look at Terry Bussey, again, a similar situation. I think that commitment sticks unless Jimbo Fisher gets fired. Now, other recruitments for A&M, like Cam Coleman, I think he ends up flipping to Auburn or somewhere else. I don't think he ends up sticking in this class for A&M because A&M's offense is just bad. And I don't see any elite offensive guy wanting to stay a part of this class. So Oklahoma, they win Reggie Powers. This is, been an exceptional class for Oklahoma. They're still chasing top 5. And they might just get there. So, guys, I want to hear from you. I want to hear what y'all's thoughts are. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Jump down in the comments below and let me know what y'all's thoughts are around the class of 2024 for the Oklahoma Sooners.